Hello my little ones. Do you want to listen to a story? I have a beautiful story for you and it's called The Gigantic Turnip. Let's start it. It was spring and a grandfather with a long white beard sowed some turnip seeds in the field. This grandfather. Okay? A few days later, the seeds sprouted and then small green leaves began to appear. Before long, little turnips began to appear under the beautiful shiny leaves. Seeing the turnips grow bigger and bigger day by day, the old man was very pleased. Soon the turnips got very big, especially one which was huge. Grandfather was surprised. It was the largest turnip he had ever seen in all his life. This one. Before long, the giant turnip was ready. Grandfather found a spade and started to dig it up. He dug and dug, but the turnip just wouldn't come out. Then he began to pull on the turnip leaves. He pulled and pulled until he was completely exhausted. But still, the turnip wouldn't move at all. Grandfather decided to ask grandmother for help. Grandfather and grandmother pulled and pulled with all their might, but they still couldn't lift the turnip. Then their little granddaughter came to help. Grandfather, grandmother and granddaughter pulled and pulled with all their might, but the turnip was still rooted firmly in the ground. So they called in Doggy to help them. Grandfather, grandmother, granddaughter and Doggy all pulled the giant turnip together. They kept pulling and pulling until they fell onto the ground. But still the turnip would not move. They didn't give up and asked Cat to join in this task. Now grandfather, grandmother, granddaughter, Doggy and Cat began pulling on the giant turnip together, but still couldn't move it one little bit. They decided to ask Rat for help. Rat arrived in no time. Grandfather, grandmother, granddaughter, Doggy, Cat and Rat gave a hard pull on the stubborn turnip, but unfortunately they still couldn't move it. In the end, they asked Anne to join them. Now there were 7 people in the whole team. Shall we count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Grandfather, grandmother, granddaughter, Doggy, Rat and Ant. All of them lined up in a row and pulled as hard as they could. Grandfather, grandmother, granddaughter, Doggy, Cat, Rat and Anne shouted together, 1, 2, 3, and they all pulled as hard as they could. At last, the big turnip came out. Everyone fell backwards onto the ground. Uh-oh. Happy at last, they carried the big turnip home. You see, they finally won because of the hard teamwork. Bye bye everyone.